Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Julie K here. Today I'll be showing you a process tutorial of how to create a tissue paper background for a journal cover, but you could also use this technique for tags or an altered canvas. Here is a list of supplies I will be using for this project. To begin with, I cut down a green hanging file folder to use as my cover for the junk journal. I cut on the open end and my beginning measurements are 8 by 8 inches. My plan is to make a final cover that will measure 5.5 by 8 inches with a 1-inch spine and pockets on the inside of the front and back covers. To begin with, you will need matte medium to act as a binding agent. You can also use Mod Podge, but I prefer to use matte medium as it is an artist quality. It is also non-yellowing, flexible, and water resistant. You will also need tissue paper and a larger paintbrush. To begin with, crinkle and tear up pieces of tissue paper into various sizes. The next step is to attach the tissue paper to the file folder using matte medium. I like to scrunch up my tissue before gluing it down to add extra texture. No need to worry if your tissue paper tears or folds up on itself while you're gluing it down. Just keep on adding more pieces until the cover is completed. The more texture, the better. Once the background is covered, you can add extra pieces of tissue for added texture. When you are happy with the texture, let your project dry. Make sure to clean up your brushes and workspace. When your background is dry, you can cut off any overhang. The next step is to apply 2 to 3 coats of white gesso, letting it dry in between each application. After the gesso is dry, begin adding color with sprays, inks, or paints. I am using Lindy's Stamp Gang Moon Shadow Mist in Ethereal Emerald. Let your background dry. Add a layer of matte medium to protect and seal the layer of ink. The dried ink will spread and move with the application of the matte medium as it is dye-based and reacts to wet products like matte medium. After you've sealed in the ink with matte medium, let your project dry. If you are happy with the results, you can stop and use this as a cover in a journal. I'm going to add some gathered twigs distress ink with a makeup sponge, as I really wanted a darker brown for my cover. I am happier with the darker brown, and the next step is to let it dry again. After I let the ink dry, I decide to add gold metallic acrylic paint along the edges and also rubbing some into the grooves of the tissue paper. After applying the gold paint, I let my project dry. I am going to add a layer of gloss medium and varnish to protect and seal the cover, along with adding a little shine to it. You can also use matte medium if you do not want a glossy finish. After applying the sealant, I will let my cover dry. When the cover is dry, I will then use it as a cover for a junk journal. Thank you for joining me today for this process tutorial on how to make a tissue paper background for a journal cover. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a comment, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel for future project shares and tutorials.